It's exciting to be around an artist community that's from the same background, either they're from the Philippines or here in Chicago. I'm a realist painter. I'm a figurative painter. And I deal with a lot of social relevant issues in my work, and as well as beauty of humanity. And I'm using the Bulul because it's somewhat representative of the culture that although I'm Filipino American, I'm feeling like I'm acculturating the Filipinos. I don't have a distinct tribe that I came from or a distinct province, so I am. My whole idea is to encompass all the symbols that I can get from all parts of the Philippines, from the south to the north.
I'd like to be underrated. I also like to explore the human condition, and my art is not consistent at all. It changes every year. I did a couple of elements. The major element was the Carabao armor. The second visual element is the portrait. It's the beauty queen, the blue one. It's actually a portrait of our comedian Dolphy. I primarily wanted to still mold with my counterparts and try to instill a sense of identity and nationalism and make them understand that coming from where you are is very important, and the values that are practiced in our country should still be practiced here.
I feel like I'm still trying to understand my style, but I guess I would say that I have an illustrative type style, and I really focus on color schemes and narratives, telling a story through a character or a setting. I picked the boat on the Filipino American side. It's a barangay boat, and it's supposed to represent, for me, the immigration of my family as a Filipino American coming to America, and just the difficult journey that they had went through. Maybe some of those experiences might have been shared by other Filipino Americans coming to America, uprooting their life and bringing their customs and heritage with them.
I am a figurative artist, so I do a lot of figures and portrait in oil medium and acrylic medium. I painted the lady, the half-naked native lady. It represents that she woke up from the deep sleep. It's like, you know, when the Bulul yelled and everyone was shocked and moved, and that lady represents the country. It was like a big awakening for us, for the 10 of us, especially me. We need to wake up and to give importance to our culture.
Well, I'm basically a painter. I paint figurative paintings. It's mainly about the human figure, but more of the human figure in many situations. So there's a lot of narrative elements in them. I tackle several different issues like what's going on in society, issues about my views in religion. A lot of it has to do with wrestling with the issue of identity.
I would say I'm more of a craftsman because the work that I choose to make is very process-based. So I start from, the fiber of plant fibers, and then I make paper, and then I make images from the whole process. It wasn't until working on this project and the digital co-creation team that I really felt connected to my heritage. I've always kind of stepped away from labeling myself as Filipino, and I guess that maybe as a Filipino American I always wanted to just blend in and assimilate. So I was never like part of the Filipino clubs in high school or college, and then I found out about all of this and it all made sense. Like I really was drawn to like the patterns and the symbols and the art and the handicrafts.
Realist painter dahil gusto kong i-portray o gusto kong ipakita yung katotohanan. Ang ginawa ko doon yung isang babaeng igorot dahil pinoportray ko yung damit niya. Ayun siya mismo, parang gusto ko ipakita yung hindi lang damit. Sobrang saya dahil di ko akalaing masama ko makapunta ko dito sa Amerika.
I would probably say that I'm a contemporary artist that mostly paints with color, and I love color and what it does emotionally to you. So this project is a wonderful way for me to visit my father's side of the family and learn what it is to be part Filipino. Part of the collaboration was the vases or vessels. It's basically going to be an outline of the vessels, and it's a metaphor for the way I feel about being Filipino. Before the project, I was an empty vessel, really, and the people I met, the artists I'm working with, and going to the Philippines have given me stuff to fill that.
I'm just expressing what my environment and culture around me. So from there I can create something. I'm painting the Bulul, the central figure, the screaming. Yeah, I chose the Bulul because it's best represent the Cordillera or the northern people, the indigenous people of the northern Philippines. It's one of the icons, or it's one of the most enduring object, and its function it did not change ever since the colonizers came.
I'm definitely an abstract painter. I explore identity and issues with identity through found materials and collage. On the mural, I painted 2 wooden spoons. I thought about my own grandparents and how they would host family for dinner and friends. It was a feast, so the spoons symbolize feasting and Filipino food for me. Well, I learned about the Philippines when I visited there. Of course, you never know until you actually set foot on the land and the homeland, I wanted to say. So I feel like it was quite a culture shock, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I think it was a very special time for me.
The artists here have sanctified the Bulul with their paint, and it is now awakened, alive with the spirit of our ancestors, screaming to the world about our Filipino identity.